Welcome to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. The EV market's impressive growth might be deceptive. With unsustainable incentives, unprofitable EVs, and skyrocketing interest rates straining American households, the reality check is looming. This so-called market growth may be nothing more than an illusion. Let's dive into 8 reasons why this growth might be more hype than reality. Reason number 8. Exaggerated environmental gains. The environmental benefits of EVs are often exaggerated. While they produce lower emissions during operation compared to internal combustion engine vehicles, their overall life cycle impact is more complex. Battery production, for instance, is energy-intensive and relies heavily on fossil fuels. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists, making a typical EV battery generates emissions equivalent to driving an ICE vehicle for over 18 months. Additionally, extracting materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel for EV batteries leads to significant environmental and social issues, including habitat destruction and water pollution. End-of-life management of EV batteries is also problematic due to underdeveloped recycling technologies. Thus, the true environmental benefits of EVs are more nuanced than often portrayed. Reason number 7. Infrastructure issues. A major challenge for the electric vehicle market is the insufficient charging infrastructure. Despite impressive sales growth, the lack of charging stations limits EV usability. The International Council on Clean Transportation, ICCT, reports a significant gap between the number of EVs and available chargers, requiring a 10-fold increase in public chargers by 2030 to support anticipated growth. Current infrastructure is uneven, with urban areas better covered than rural ones, complicating long-distance travel. Many chargers are also slow, with limited fast charging options. Additionally, the electric grid may struggle with increased demand. Without substantial infrastructure upgrades, the growth of the EV market remains unsustainable, revealing the superficiality of its current success. Reason number 6. Tesla's troubles. Tesla's recent performance highlights issues within the EV market. While companies like Kia or GM report record sales, Tesla's sales have been decreasing for 4 consecutive months. For the first time, Tesla accounts for less than half of the US EV market. This decline is partly due to competitors offering massive incentives, creating an illusion of market growth. Tesla, the only Western automaker making a profit on EVs, faces challenges maintaining this position as competitors engage in unsustainable practices. Elon Musk recently supported presidential candidate Donald Trump's idea of ending most industry subsidies, aiming to restore a sustainable business model for Tesla. This move underscores the illusory nature of current EV market growth. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Reason number 5. Rising interest rates, a growing burden. The issues with EV adoption run deeper than just high prices. Americans are grappling with ongoing inflation and rising costs, including high loan interest rates. New car loans average 7.3% interest, with monthly payments around $739, while used car loans average 11.5% with payments of about $550. With living expenses also climbing, many households are stretched thin, leading to a troubling 23% repossession rate in the auto market. Nearly 1 in 4 cars is reclaimed by lenders or leasing companies. This financial strain is causing fewer people to buy new cars, whether EVs or traditional models, contributing to a decline in overall car sales. Reason number 4. States cutting EV incentives. The $7,500 federal tax credit for EVs is well known, but each state had its own incentive program, creating a patchwork of support. However, this is changing. For instance, New Jersey, once a leader in EV incentives, will introduce a 6.6% tax on EVs and a new $250 fee starting next year. Similarly, states like Texas, which have never supported EVs, are adding new fees, such as $400 for registration and $200 for maintenance, to offset lost gasoline tax revenue. These shifts signal that state support for EVs is waning, making it harder for electrification to grow and increasing the cost of EV ownership, which was once touted as a major advantage. Reason number 3. GM abandons 1 million EV goal. General Motors, a company that once promised to dominate the EV market, has recently scaled back its ambitious plans. GM had aimed to sell 1 million EVs by 2025, but current sales figures show they are far from this goal, with only about 6,000 EVs sold monthly. CEO Mary Barra has blamed customer disinterest, but the real issue lies in GM's inability to ramp up production without incurring massive losses. GM's struggles are compounded by quality issues, such as recalls and battery problems with the Chevy Bolt, and a lack of effective production optimization. Instead of pushing for EVs, GM is now focusing on hybrids, a more profitable and less incentive-dependent technology. Reason number 2. 10% market penetration is unlikely. The dream of EVs capturing 10% of the automotive market by the end of the year is increasingly unrealistic. With the current model being unsustainable and high interest rates further straining consumers, the rapid growth seen in previous years is unlikely to continue. While EVs currently hold about 7.5% of the market, this increase is more due to a slowdown in the combustion vehicle segment rather than a surge in EV sales. Reaching a 10% market share would require significant price reductions, which are not on the horizon. Battery costs are not falling quickly enough to make EVs more accessible to the middle class, making the 10% penetration target appear out of reach. Reason number 1. Unsustainable incentive model. Despite reporting a 10% year-over-year increase in EV sales, the growth is largely driven by unsustainable incentives. No legacy automaker has yet figured out how to profit from EVs. Companies are losing money due to excessive incentives, which, while boosting short-term sales, lead to even greater losses. For example, Kia's EV6 saw incentives up to $16,812, and Cadillac's Lyriq received nearly $18,000 in discounts. Ford also offered significant discounts on the F-150 Lightning. These inflated incentives may temporarily boost sales, but reveal the underlying problem. Automakers are struggling to sustain profitability while relying on such aggressive financial boosts. The long-term viability of the EV market remains in question as companies face increasing pressure to balance growth with financial stability. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit for the latest updates and insights on the automotive world. Also, please share your thoughts and experiences below. See you next time.